Messi now. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia Roundup with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
With the weather set to be about minus 67 degrees earlier this week in Russia, it is definitely going to be an exciting time for all those that will be visiting Russia for this year's FIFA World Cup in Russia. Welcome to our show, your show, and of course the show that talks about the beautiful game and of course the biggest football event in the world. It is Russia 2018. My name is Bayo and Arashi, and as usual I'm here with my partner, with my buddy Sam Mbono. Sam, welcome to another wonderful episode of your show.
Russia Roundup. Welcome to Bayo.
All right, today is going to be a wonderful time on this show, and we are dedicating this episode to the most sensitive group, and of course not many people paid attention to this group in particular. It is a group that comprises of former African champions, of course, Super Eagles of Nigeria, Argentina, former FIFA World Cup winner, and of course two blossoming European sides, Croatia and Iceland. Is definitely going to be a very, very rough one for the Super Eagles. Sam, what's your take about this group? To start with, of course, I know you are all decked in green and white, and of course, being such a loyal fan of your own Super Eagles, what is your expectation in this group?
Yeah, before we proceed, last past Sunday, everybody was caught up in the Super Bowl.
Just as I knew you were going to bring that in, definitely.
And I wore this hat prior to the Super Bowl.
Yes, you did.
And I told you that I want the Eagles to win.
You did.
And then when I had to win.
You did. Congratulations on that, my friend.
They have connections to Nigeria, the running back,
Jai. I mean, strange enough, Sam. Okay, I say strange because they call it football in this part of the world. I'm not such a big fan of American football, but I had no choice on that day to really follow that particular game, and it was really interesting. They mentioned the guy's name several times on the show. So congratulations to the Eagle, the Philadelphia Eagle. I almost said Patriots there because that name keeps ringing bells.
Don't say that.
Philadelphia Eagle won it, so congratulations to all Philadelphians, including one of my good friends that is, of course, a Philly guy, hosted me so well the last time I visited. So congratulations, guys, about the Sam Group D, Nigeria, Argentina, Croatia, and Iceland. It's going to be really, really a big battle.
I remember last time on the show when you called a group of death. I told you no.
Yes, I did.
This is the real group of death. If you look at the countries in this group, Argentina ranked fourth in the world. Iceland ranked 20th in the world. Croatia ranked 15th and Nigeria ranked 51. So Nigeria is the lowest ranked country in the world. But I don't reckon with my ranking, because at the end of the day,
of course, we're definitely going to come to that on this show as well.
It's 11 professionals up against 11 professionals.
Yes.
And Nigeria at the moment, has what it takes to make it out from this group.
Against any team.
They can beat any team. Can they come from this group? Yes, they can. Do I want them to qualify from this group? Yes, I want them. But it depends on how they approach each game as it comes. If they take away complacency and know that we are here to surpass our previous record of second round
predecessors that have done something very well,
then the team can go places. But Argentina are the favorite to make from this group. The other remaining slot, the three countries will scramble for it.
And that brings us to the first game in that particular group, Sam. Argentina against Iceland. Argentina is, of course, they've been in this tournament almost at every, I don't want to say every episode of the tournament, but at every edition of the FIFA World Cup, Argentina has always been present. And of course, Iceland, of course, going to another World Cup after that very, very big timeout they have early last 2 years ago now in the European Championship in France, they had a very, very good time out. They qualified ahead of so many other teams. And of course, towards this FIFA World Cup qualifiers, they qualified ahead of Croatia, Turkey, and some other great countries in that group. What is your expectation in this first game on Saturday? Of course, June the 16th, Argentina-Iceland will be the first game in Group D. Who do you think will have the edge? Naturally, you want to say it's going to be Argentina. But of course, looking at the antecedent of these guys, I read some stats the other day on the internet that among the 335, but of course I estimated to be 350,000 people that are the citizens of this great country called Iceland, this Baltic state in Iceland, 400 of the people in that country hold a UEFA A coaching license. That means that equals 1 out of 11,000 people that lives in United Kingdom. This is such a very, very big achievement for that country, and that means that we'll be seeing a lot of coaches coming out of the board. What is your expectation, Sam? What are your thoughts?
Iceland, Argentina.
Yes.
On paper, Argentina should beat Iceland, but at the end of the day, you know, if you look at Argentina, how they struggled to make it out from the South American, qualifiers, it took them to the last game for them to be able to, qualify
against Iran.
It took them the last game. But for Iceland was in the group that had Ukraine, Croatia, Turkey, Finland, and Kosovo. And Iceland played 10 games.
They topped the group, 22 points.
They won 7, drew 1, lost 2, and they amassed 22 points with a goal difference of +9.
That's wonderful.
And goal of 16, and they considered 7 goals in 10 games.
Amazing.
For a small country, European millions in football, in soccer. But for Argentina played 18 games and they amassed 28 points, and we saw how they struggled during the South American qualifiers.
Also taking into account how difficult it is to play South American qualifiers. Because it is really difficult over there.
But on paper, Argentina is supposed to win, but Iceland will give them a run
for the money,
for that ticket, because how far you're able to go in the World Cup. That means your first game. So it goes a long way to determine how far Argentina or Iceland can go. So Iceland can cause an upset here. I see upset here.
Well, I'm very happy for you to say that. I was going to ask you that. I want to put you on the spot. Just one answer. That day, on that Saturday, who wins? You have a choice to choose. Say whatever you want. Argentina with Messi, Di Maria, Higuain, Aguero, Mascherano, that just signed for a club in China now, or Iceland with the whole warhorse, Johnson. Who do you think will go through?
Iceland.
Okay, you heard it from Sam right there. Sam just gave a very controversial one. A very big shock. Sam said Iceland will qualify that day. Okay, let's go for our first break on the show, and of course, when we come back, it's going to be all about our own Super Eagles. So this edition of the show is actually dedicated to the Super Eagles, of course, because we are looking at their group on this show today, Russia RoundUp. But of course, during this break, we're going to show you the top 5 goals this team, Iceland, scored ahead of the qualification for this episode of FIFA World Cup. I keep saying episode, of course, because I'm a broadcaster, right? So let's go for that.
This is Russia RoundUp with Sam and Bayo.
Welcome back, soccer fans, to Russia RoundUp on this wonderful evening. Hope you're enjoying all the episodes of the show we brought to you so far. And of course, we assure you that today's episode will not be any less interesting. Of course, I'm still here with my main man, Sam. And of course, right now we're looking at the Super Eagles of Nigeria first game at the FIFA World Cup. Come June the 16th. June, for me, is a great month, of course, because it's my month of birth. And of course, I just hope the Super Eagles
will give you a perfect birthday.
Gift. And of course, you guys just qualify in that group, and I will be a very, very happy man, guys. I will just be a very happy man. Sam, Nigeria, Croatia. It is going to be the first meeting between these two nations at a major tournament, and of course, there's no way they're going to meet before. Definitely, if it's not a FIFA World Cup game. But of course, on paper, as you said, it's going to be a very, very tough battle between a nation that is 15th according to FIFA ranking and of course against the 51st nation
in the world.
I personally, I don't reckon with the FIFA ranking. I've always said that for many years now. I've never reckoned with it. Even after the 1994 World Cup, the FIFA said Nigeria is the first top 5 countries in the world. Well, the team at that time were very good enough, but I don't think we could beat some teams at that time. So it's not going to be about the FIFA ranking now, but it's going to be about the real game.
The real game.
Ivan Rakitic, we know what he has done for Barcelona. Luka Modric, to mention just two of the top.
Mario Mandzukic.
Just to mention two of the top assassins that Croatians have in their squad. Sam, what's your take? And of course, what are your expectations for this game? How do you think Gernot Rohr, of course, fortunately shared the same birth date with me? How do you think is going to share, of course, attack this particular game?
Yeah, Croatia may look as if they've been in only 3 World Cups, but remember, Croatia was cut from Yugoslavia.
Yes.
And so their old players, were part of the Yugoslavia team, that experienced a little bit of success. They're like Davosuka.
Yes, it was.
So when Croatia finished third in France '98, I wasn't surprised, at that Croatian team at that moment.
To the shock of everyone.
It took France great effort to break them down
in the semis.
In the semi-final. And they went ahead to leave the trophy, and Croatia was able to finish third. That was definitely the biggest hit for them. They didn't make it out of the group stage. In 2006, the same thing. In 2010, they were in South Africa to show a little bit of decline, a little bit after that golden age of Davosuka.
Everything went away.
Then in 2014,
they came back.
They came back and they stopped at the group stage. Like they're in 2018. Yes, they have good players. Ivan Rakitic.
Very consistent group of players.
Ivan Perisic, Mario Mandzukic, Luka Modric.
And the goalkeepers as well.
Ivan Strenic, who played for Sampdoria. Daniel Subasic, who played for Monaco. Lovre Kalinic, who played for Ghent.
Kalinic,
Marian Lovakic, so you have a whole good players.
And these are players that are in their 20s.
Nikola Kalinic, Ante Rebic. Good players. But now the fact is this. Nigeria is an unknown quantity. As regards Croatia.
It is.
They don't know what we have. We have good players that can help Croatia. Player like Ales Iwobi. On his good day, he's phenomenal. Player like Victor Moses. When he plays good, he's a handful.
Yes.
We have players. Ndidi, who's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League.
Without any doubt.
Without any doubt. So we
very
have
consistent.
That can hold Croatia.
We have the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho that has taken all his chances that he's been given by the Leicester coach. I think he's done very well for himself.
Can we beat Croatia? Yes, we can. Do I want them to beat Croatia? Yes, as a Nigerian fan, I want them to beat Croatia. But we need to keep our soccer simple. Do the simpler things on the field of play. Don't try to play a fancy game. Don't try to play to the gallery. Just do this. Keep it simple. And I believe Eagles will beat Croatia on that day.
And Sam, to think that Nigeria has had a very decent record, I don't want to say very good, a very decent record against European sides at the World Cup. In USA 94, we had it very easy in the group where against Bulgaria, they were beating 3-0.
Yes.
Against Greece, they were beating 2-0. So I think we qualified pretty easy in that group. Of course, meeting Argentina in that World Cup as well, of course, and of course playing a 2-1 loss, which was a very tight victory for Argentina as well. And of course, in France 98 as well, we had it very decent. We beat that time one of the maybe declining Spanish team 3-2. Of course, Sunday Olise scoring one of the most memorable World Cup goal in that one. So, do you think this might just be enough booster for the Super Eagles to just go into this game very positive, and of course, knowing that they're not going to meet their normal friend and wife, or should I say, husband in FIFA World Cup, which is Argentina, until the last game in that FIFA World Cup? How do you think this will go down for the Super Eagles?
Yeah, Super Eagles, this team right now, if you saw the way they qualified, they didn't lose a game. They didn't. The lowest result they got was a draw. And that team went ahead to qualify, even with 2 games at hand, to show that the team has character and the team is filled with talent. And our coach, Gernot Rohr, right?
Yes, gonna draw.
I was looking at his resume. He was quite impressive. He played for Bayern Munich in the 70s, 6 appearances, no goal. He went ahead to play for Bordeaux in the French League One. 352 appearances,
amazing,
13 goals, even though he's a defender. And he managed Bordeaux 1990, 91 to 92, 96, Neo GC 2005.
Incredible record.
Young boys, Ajaccio, Eto'o de Sahel, Nance, Gabon, Niger, Burkina Faso, and he ended up with the Super Eagles. So he has quite an incredible resume. I like the fact that he was able to get African football lessons from managing Eto'o de Sahel, which is one of the successful clubs in Tunisia in the CAF Champions League.
And even up to now, it's one of the most successful teams in Africa.
Gabon also, gave him that. And Burkina Faso. So managing Nigeria is kind of a little bit easy for him because we have the talent.
Yes.
We have the talent.
And of course, I think he also has the support of the fact that he has been in the continent for a while. So it's actually very easy for him to just move into this team and, of course, put up a very good squad, a very decent squad of young players in their 20s. And according to FIFA, I think Nigeria had the youngest squad.
23,
the youngest squad in that World Cup qualification. So this actually looks very, very exciting for me. Sam, of course, we'll come back on the show, of course, after this break, and we'll look at Argentina, Croatia. You already said Nigeria has a chance, but I want to put you on the spot before we go for this break. Nigeria, Croatia on that day. For not looking at the talent of whatever happens, who wins that game, Sam?
Nigeria and Croatia, mini. I'm a Nigerian. I want Nigeria to win.
But of course, you have to be very, very sincere with yourself.
I have to be very sincere with myself. Croatia can
nick this one. Okay, you've heard it from Sam right there that Croatia might just nick this one. And of course,
I'm not being unpatriotic.
We are just being very, very, very sincere with ourselves, and of course looking at the level of talent of both teams. Nigeria do have some players that play in top teams, but you know it yourself. When the player plays for Bayern Munich, for Real Madrid, for Barcelona, for Fiorentina, it's going to be a very tough time out. So we'll go for this short break and we'll bring you guys a very, very memorable time out. It is titled Remembering Nigeria's Golden Age. Remember the squad of 1994 and 1998? I'm not sure you remember. Emenalo, Sunday Olise, Uche Okechukwu, Peter Rufai, JJ Okocha, Chidinwano, Mutiu Adepoju. Watch this short clip, of course, courtesy of our partner on the show, FIFA, of course, the host of this year's FIFA World Cup, and we'll be back on
Messi now. Everyone on the edge of their seats. Messi going for goal!
Join the fun, the excitement, the build-up to the World Cup, Russia 2018. Join Sam and Bayo right here on this station as they review notable World Cup moments, participating teams, individual players, coaches, match officials, and many more. You don't want to miss Russia RoundUp with your hosts Sam and Bayo right here on this station.
At last, Wayne Rooney has scored and the World Cup. It's an own goal. Brazil are behind off Marcelo. A nightmare start for the host nation.
Welcome back. It is still Russia Roundup on Vineyard Television with Bayo and Sam on this wonderful evening. Hope you're enjoying the show. This program is open to sponsorship, and of course this program will be on until about the World Cup time in June. So come sponsor us with your products and services on the show, and I assure you, you'll be glad you did. You can also reach out to yours truly, myself, Bayo, or Sam via our social media. My social media platform on all platforms is simply at Midas Soccer. And of course, for Sam, it is I am Sam Houston. Of course, I'm Sam Mbono on Instagram, of course. So you can also always reach out to us. Sam, as we discussed earlier, that Nigeria has always been very, very lucky with European sides. But the second game in that group will be Argentina, Croatia. I remember you said in your prediction that the first game, Iceland would defeat Argentina. And of course, you said Croatia will beat Nigeria. Of course, this is you, not the fact, right? So imagine Argentina losing to Iceland in the first game, and Croatia losing to Nigeria in the first game. So Nigeria, Iceland has 3 points, which both the 4 teams in that group know that the first group game is very, very crucial. Right, very, very, very crucial. That whoever wins that particular game will have a very long way to go in that tournament. What do you think will happen on that day when Argentina and Croatia meet 3 days just after their first game? Who do you think will be the most wounded in this squad, or who will come out victorious? Because the 2 squad looks like the same level. Most of the Argentine players, like 80% of them, play their football in Europe. 80%, including their top man, Leo Messi. And of course, the Croatians also play for the top clubs in Europe. What's your take on that game?
Argentina, Croatia. This is a game people will be.
It's a game of war.
A game of war. Look at Ivan Rakitic playing, alongside Lionel Messi and Barca. Now he playing, against him. This is Dejan Lovren, trying to prevent Lionel Messi from getting access into his 18-yard box. This is Luka Modric, trying to contest the midfield, with Argentines. So you ask yourself, who will come out victorious? I see Argentina, due to their World Cup experience, and they have an X factor in Messi, they can make this. Look at how many goals Messi has scored for Barcelona. Look at them, Sergio Aguero doing great things for Manchester City.
Great season he's had so far.
Great season. Angel Di Maria, even though he hasn't been all that fantastic for PSG, he has chopped up like 6 to 8 goals this season for Paris Saint-Germain. So they have the players that can do something against Croatia. Even though Mascherano left Barca to China, he's still up there as one of the top most midfield come defender. Whatever thing you call it.
Because I remember very, very well as a Barcelona player, Mascherano was actually used most of the time as a centre back, and which is one very, very strange thing. But Sam, this particular showdown on the 21st at Novgorod Stadium will be the second meeting between these 2 giants. And of course, it will also be like a reunion of sorts between Leo Messi and of course his teammate at Barcelona, Ivan Rakitic, on the other side of each other.
Go back Clasico again.
Don't you think?
Look at
Modric against Lionel Messi. Don't you think Rakitic will give a lot of clue to the defenders of Argentina or of Croatia that, okay, this is the best way to stop this guy? Because really, Sam, if any team is able to stop Leo Messi from playing, which is possible, which Chelsea have done repeatedly a couple of times in Europe, I'm very sure you're going to agree with me with that.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you.
Because he has not actually...
We're not going to get into that right now.
We're not going to get into that, right? Okay, that's okay. But don't you think this particular game will probably show some secret of Leo Messi? Because Rakitic as a attacking midfielder and of course center midfielder would definitely give some clue to his teammates about Leo Messi. Because if you can stop Messi for Argentina, definitely you can beat Argentina. Nigeria beat them 4-2. Nobody's going to deny that fact that we played a very strong Argentine squad. The only person that was missing was Lionel Messi. What do you think will happen on that day?
My thing is,
and who next this one?
Lionel Messi have won everything in club football
except the FIFA World Cup.
But he has failed to replicate that by taking Argentina to international glory, like the Copa America.
He has not done that one as well.
He hasn't done that. Like FIFA World Cup, he hasn't done
that. That's one big edge Cristiano Ronaldo has ahead of him.
He really need to shoulder that responsibility once again of taking Argentina as far as he can in this World Cup. We saw how he brought them that World Cup ticket when Argentina was on the verge of missing out. That last game against Bolivia.
Unbelievable game.
He gave them that ticket.
3 crazy goals.
So I don't say anything less than victory for Argentina in this game. They need to win this game. Messi need to win this game. If Messi want to cement his legacy as one of the greatest that ever played, that beautiful game of soccer, he need to show it on the field of play for a national team.
All right, again, you heard it there from Sam. He said it again that Argentina might just be able to nick this one against the Croatians? Well, I'm going to be on the fence on this one. As you see, that I've always been pushing most of those predictions just for him to just
You can't tell me a team that have Nicolas Otamendi, Javier Mascherano,
Sam, but I can tell you something.
Messi,
I can tell you something.
Angel Di Maria.
Whoever likes it or not, that Nigeria will qualify from this group. I don't know how it's going to be. But on that same day, the match that is very, very key to us, Nigeria-Iceland. It is going to be the first ever time that Nigeria will be meeting Iceland in that game. And I am really depending on that luck and on that hard work and on record and history that Nigeria has had over European nations.
Yes.
That against this Iceland squad, regardless of their talent, of their persistence, I know something that we have ahead of them. We have passion. And we have strength to go all the way. But what will be your own stand in that game? Nigeria-Iceland. Because say that your prediction do come to pass, which I don't think will, Nigeria will need to win this game. And of course, knowing that we are meeting our fiercest rival, Argentina in the final group game. Definitely you need a 3-pointer before any of such game. What do you think will happen at Nigeria-Iceland?
With the friendly games that NFF had lined up for Nigeria, Serbia, Czech Republic, and Poland,
and England.
And England. I think they are trying to use this game now because we're playing Croatia. So when you play Czech Republic or Poland, you're going to know a little bit how the Croatians play.
Definitely.
We are playing Iceland. Then you have Serbia, which will give you a little bit of clue of how this small, tiny European nation play. And I don't see Iceland beating the Super Eagles. We have players that can do the job. Alex Iwobi, Kelechi Iheanacho, Ndidi, Leon Balogun. We have it. Yes. Ahmed Musa.
We do.
We have it, but we need to sort out
our goalkeeping department.
And I don't subscribe to the fact that Enyama coming back to national team.
No, I don't. I don't myself
subscribe to that.
And unfortunately, our goalkeeper that was in the goal, Ezenwa, during the most of the qualifiers, sustained an injury in the just concluded the Chan. I think I was very fortunate to watch that semi-final game against Sudan. That he sustained that unfortunate injury at that time. Do you think he's gonna be able to come back from this? Because goalkeepers really have injury.
I don't know the severity of the injury or how long he's going to be out according to his club or the Super Eagles or medical team.
Mm-hmm.
But if he eventually is able to recover from that injury, Ezenwa, I think he can manage our goalkeeping situation.
And of course, with this other guy at the Deportivo La Coruña as well, No, the young goalkeeper at Deportivo. I think he was at that. It was in the stick in the second half. Probably will give the viewers the name of the guy during the next break. He was very, very okay for Nigeria at that game between Nigeria and Argentina, of course. But right now we just have to go. Sam already said that
Nigeria will beat Iceland.
And I have to agree with him on that. Against Iceland, I think we have a very, very good chance. Against Croatia also, I think we have a very good chance. It will be a tight game.
With Iceland,
but let's say we have 1 point.
Argentina.
We have 1 point from Croatia, 3 points from Iceland, and 1 point from Argentina. 5 points, I believe, will take us out of that group. And hopefully, if we are lucky, we will not have the same luck we had in 1994 that we had to go and play the Italians in the second round.
They didn't even qualify.
But after the break, we'll look at Nigeria-Argentina.
Yes.
4 times they've already met at the FIFA World Cup. So it's going to be the 5th time they will be playing at Russia 2018. After this break, of course, and during this break, we'll show you a very short clip. It's longer than that, but it's going to bring you the short part of it. How a country of only 335,000 qualified for the FIFA World Cup. The weather was not in their favor. A lot of things not in the favor of the Iceland, but they still made it to another FIFA World Cup. We'll be back, and of course, the show continues.
This is Russia Roundup with Sam and Bayo.
Come back, it's Russia Roundup. My name is Sam. I'm still here with my very good friend in sports, Bayo. We are looking at Group D that consists of Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, looking at the Albi Celestia of Argentina, and the Croatians and Iceland in Group D. So you can be also part of this program, by bringing your product placement, sponsorship, program sponsorship, and see how we can promote your products and services, how you can be part of this program. Just call the number you see on your TV screen right now and inquire how you can be part of this program. Bayo, we're talking about Group D that has Nigeria, Iceland, Argentina, and Croatia. And we've spoken about other games. Now we are going to look at Nigeria-Argentina game. Our love story in international soccer continued in 2018. And recently we came from behind to beat Argentina 4-2 in a friendly game. Even people say that Messi didn't play, that it's not a competitive game. But
people always say that.
It's still Argentina, and you cannot erase that fact. What are you expecting in that game? We played them several times, and now we're playing them again this year.
I think Nigeria need to take the game with a very cautious approach, as we've always done over the years. I think the challenge we've had with Argentines in the past has been psychological. But I think with the crops of managers and the team member of the crew that we have right now in this particular Super Eagles squad, I think the psychology of our players should be worked on very, very right. And of course, I was going to say that the goalkeeper of Nigeria that plays for the Deportivo La Coruña is 19-year-old Francis Uzoho. And of course, there's a big debate between this guy and, of course, Ezenwa, who's going to be the keeper for Nigeria. But the question you asked me, really, I think the challenge we've had is psychological. If that department can be taken care of, for none of our players not to look at the Argentines or look at Lionel Messi as a god, as a small letter G-O-D, and not see Higuain or Aguero or Di Maria as special, we just decide to just play the way we played that friendly. Sam, anything can happen that day. And I am actually seeing an upset. Yeah. Even though I predicted that Argentines this might just be the year for Argentina to win the FIFA World Cup, because Lionel Messi will not be available for them in 2022. If he is available for them, maybe it's going to be a squad player, just because he's already in it's already 30-year-old. So it's just going to be it might be a very tough year for him if he decides to go to Qatar in 2022. But that game, thinking or with the fact that the game will be the last group game for Nigeria and for both teams, and hopefully Nigeria already has 6 points in that game, I think Nigeria might just win it to disgrace the Argentines.
When we beat them 4-2 from behind on 14 November last year, it wasn't the first time we beating them by 4 goals.
By 4 goals, yes.
On June 1, 2011, we trashed them 4-1. But we first met them in the World Cup in '94 when we were debutant, and we lost 2-1. And we went to drew goalless in FIFA Confederation Cup in 1995.
Yes.
And they beat us again in 2002, unfortunately.
1-0.
And they beat us again in 2000 in the June 10, 2010 World Cup in South Africa.
South Africa, 1-0, another 1-0 victory.
They also beat us in the friendly game 3-1.
In 2014,
September.
In 2014 as well, 2014 FIFA World Cup. That was the closest, of course, and I think that's where that was where we started closing the bridge.
Closing the gap. Nigeria, Argentina.
They scored in 2014. Nigeria scored right back. They scored again. Nigeria scored right back. Of course, before the Manchester United defender scored that third goal for them, and of course they edged us in that game again by 3-2. So I think it's getting closer and closer and closer. And I tell anyone that cares to listen, and I'm saying it right now, that this might just be the year the Super Eagles will go ahead and beat Argentina. And if we're able to do it this year, and that's just going to be it.
That'll be it.
They will start avoiding Nigeria, and that might just be a very, very, very big problem for us. Another point of this particular match I want us to see is the area of defending. The Argentines do not have any top-notch defenders out there. They are mostly strong in their forward department and maybe slightly in their midfield department. But when it comes to defense, I think Nigeria can actually break them, because you could see it in that friendly, right? Nigeria made it was so easy for us, and I'm sure the coach will be really going crazy in that game. That how am I going to stop this young Nigerian forward? Victor Moses on the right, on the left, Alex Iwobi on the right, Kelechi Iheanacho in the middle, and of course with our center forward, I think Nigeria would just be too hot for the Argentines.
I'm looking at the recent players that have been called national team. Player like John Ogu, Ola Aina, Leon Balogun, William Trust, Ekong, Ogene Koretabo, Wilfred Ndidi, Nwakali Etebo, Ahmed Musa, Kayode, Larinwaju. These are players who are in their mid-20s.
Sam, you even know what is most exciting for me, and I'm really excited about it. A lot of them took a very big decision in the January transfer window. Ahmed Musa, I was very happy with him, and I would have done the same thing as well. That if I'm going somewhere and it's not working for me, why not go back home? Try to see what I can do. So he's back in CSKA Moscow now, and I believe he's going to be doing well. Our own Brownie Day and Isaac's success. Before the January transfer window, he decided to join a top club in Spanish La Liga, Malaga. And of course, you mentioned another player now. John Ogu is a top player for his club in Israel. And Leon Balogun plays first-team football in Mainz in German Bundesliga. So we do not have any area of weakness as such, apart from our goalkeeping department, which I think we could easily take care of on this one. But really, Sam, on the spot, as we round off the show, this particular segment of the show, what's going to be your own takeaway for that game, and what do you think in the general overlook of that Group D? Who will be the first, second, third, and fourth?
Nigeria beat Argentina 3-2.
Beautiful.
We're going to beat them 3-2.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Remember my scoreline prediction. Even if it didn't come the way I predicted, but I'm predicting victory for the Republic of Nigeria. Argentina will top the group, but to be on a goal difference, might be a tiebreaker between them and Nigeria.
So with your planning now, Nigeria lose to Croatia, Nigeria beat Iceland, and Nigeria beat Argentina. And Nigeria qualify. Okay, so who's going to be second? Nigeria's second.
Argentina will finish as group winners.
Okay.
Nigeria will finish as runner-up. But only Sam can say this, right?
Just only if the game of football is played on the paper, and of course by us sitting in the studio and of course analyzing it. But of course, definitely this is what we wish our own Super Eagles. Sam, your final word for the Super Eagles before this crucial game of soccer on that particular day. What's your final word for them? And of course, for the segment of the show today.
The final word is respect your opponent. Don't be scared of them. At the end of the day, is 11 professionals up against 11 professionals chasing around a round leather object. So I know that Super Eagles come out victorious in that game against Argentina, and we've come out big in games that we were expected to come out big.
There you have it. Do not be afraid of your opponent, and of course respect your opponent. And of course that will be our parting shot on the show today. We're going to bring you this very memorable game just for us to round off the show today. Nigeria versus Argentina in one of our romance game that we've had with them over the years. It was a very, very tough one, but Gabriel Batistuta broke our heart in that particular game. Of course, the 2002 FIFA World Cup, Nigeria-Argentina, Ike Anobi Iso, as we used to call him back then, was in goal for Nigeria. Very, very tight game, and that's what we'll be using to round off this wonderful show today on Vineyard TV. It's been a pleasure bringing it your way. Special thanks to the production crew at Vineyard Television, especially our friend Ayo, for doing a very, very wonderful job every time we come into the studios. Till we see you again next week, God willing. Myself and Sam, we're saying goodbye. Of course, God bless you all. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye now.
See you all. Bye.
I said I'm okay, I've been better, not sure if it's paradise. And if it's the small things that matter, then maybe it's where it lies. But we're looking for keys to this world, left my high rise, look back and said,